Boys are Zimbabwe. If I shit a Monday, Gasiri behind it. From Kotu Harare. Deep Sadza.
Welcome back.
In the morning.
Sadza in the
Chimunya, Mangwana, no. Hey.
You need to actually just allow and accept at the beginning of every episode, I'm going to be releasing some vocals.
We lose
and they're getting better and better each and every year.
We lose about 1,000 listeners. We just type, like, maybe this is the episode that he does the thing like,
Akuna. Wait until I start releasing my singles. Oh, they are not ready.
Trey Mapoto,
Dada. EP coming soon.
Welcome back, guys.
Sadza in the morning.
Episode 38.
39.
38.
Did you not? Okay, episode 38. Episode 38. Last week, what did we talk about? Last week we talked about Jinimbi.
We talked about
Chamisa.
Yeah.
As usual.
Jinimbi TV. It's still going on.
Is it? No. It hasn't for the last couple of days. I haven't seen it for the last couple of days.
Well,
when was the last time you saw it?
Production break. Yeah.
No, I know for a fact that he made Akon though.
Oh.
Yeah, so I saw a picture. So yeah.
The dark skinned brothers.
Mm-hmm. Well, they actually do look alike now that when they were standing next to each other. There's actually, same
we talked about Chamisa, we talked about the new cabinet, we talked about it being engaged. Guys, I just need to reiterate the fact that it's not fact.
Mm-hmm.
Half the time, I just some disclaimer, but half the time, tension.
Half of it is lies.
Half of it is just lies. We just waffle through. So, because number one nutrients passes in the morning pants. Problem there. It's really your fault. You pick and choose.
But we do appreciate, there's people who actually come with facts. They actually give us like facts of the stuff that we misunderstand.
That's very dope because to know we actually learn a lot from you guys.
But at the end of the day, we don't care. We don't care.
But I need to apologize. We target a mistake here. Zita Rasipo Mudau. We said Madau.
Oh,
that was my bad because Baba Shiro, Alec Manchester is a song.
That was for birthday, right? That was his birthday.
No,
it was his birthday recently.
Yeah, but also there was what's it called?
Know Your Dictator.
Shouting out, Know Your Dictator.
Know Your Dictator.
Sipo Mudau, Sipo _Mudau.
Yeah. And also, before we get on with this week,
we start
last week, guys. Okay, we do appreciate all the feedback and everything. Yeah, you guys talk about it, but then please, you guys know that there's always like a particular part where we talk about serious things, right? So last week we spoke about Evershop. I told you guys how I'm gonna get free pens from them, and I need to give them out to an underprivileged school, either one or two. No one came with any suggestions. So, this is the last time I'm going to be requesting this, because if no one comes up with schools that they want to send pens to, then I'm just going to go to the usual
Nicholas Arumatingis
to the usual people I give. So you guys, if you have any suggestions, remember the school must be in Harare. Please DM us or at us. Yeah, so we can get those pens out to the kids.
Plus I think I can customize Sadza in the morning 15 a.m.
Oh, no, they will not say that. They'll say Evershop 15 a.m.
How do we advance our brand?
I'll tell you how we advance our brand. We got a special guest.
Special guest in the building.
We should have wrote a CV.
Actually, we can still do that.
Hailing from Mutare, Hailing from Harare.
Straight to the point. Tutara government name again. However, no news now. Tell us my studio chair come and answer Mugarik CID. Small crimes. Yo, we have
a special guest.
Special guest in the building, like in every sense of the word. Because in as much as we joke, this guy is one of the pioneers of what, Paka graduator from urban grooves, ka jump, ka bridge, ka into Zim hip hop. Tanga, but one of my accents is sure. We have that guy in the building.
Okay.
So to go on better,
guys. All right, guys. Please welcome Charisma to the building.
It's Charisma. It was good. I was trying to load the song, but Wi-Fi. Not with that Wi-Fi, but health tasedwa notification sataona tikaisaipo.
So when I was at Neta,
Welcome Charisma.
Welcome
To Sadza in the morning.
Welcome to the Charisma experience.
How does it feel to be on the biggest podcast, the biggest platform
podcast here, man.
that you've been on so far in your career?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like
This is where you are.
I feel like this is more your moment, man.
No,
How do you feel?
Talk about exposure.
How do you
Welcome Charisma.
Welcome to the show,
Bless
Chris.
you.
Thank you so much for
And you
joining.
guys are doing a great thing with this podcast. Let's not lie.
Shout out,
Thanks,
man.
man.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Thanks, sir. No, usually when people say nice things, they expect
At
nice
the
things.
beginning, I was about to say,
Like,
don't be fooled,
we don't
boy.
do that here.
Don't be fooled, boy.
I want butter, I want so.
Akuda is also
Don't
nice.
be asking me the hard questions, Charisma.
Akuda
No,
is
to be
also.
honest, I did a poll. Ivan waruda kubvunza ma questions. Do you have any questions for Charisma?
Seriously.
Chikomana Charisma.
You got responses?
I got responses. So
From where, though?
from my quarters. Understand.
Okay.
There's people who feel hard done by you.
Does this have anything to do with like a single in the video? And
Yeah. You already know. Where's the video for Chanagadena?
Ish. That, do you know what? Like, I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. That was always just a budget. Nah. The song was just too big to do like an average thing, and it's like every single time we got to that point where we wanted to.
Yo, what's this Chanagadena by Apple Music?
Yes, it's on there now.
Wait, let him finish, man. Anyway,
I
Chico.
know.
Yeah, V2 is on there now. But it's just, you know, like when you overthink something, and I think that like maybe doing like a half-hearted effort would have been better than not doing anything at all. But then it's a song that's so dear to me and so close to me that the vision that I had for it, just that it never came together. And I think that like I had a different attitude when I did Shisha Pipe, because at Shisha Pipe I literally went out there and I just worked really hard, saved a lot of money, and then blew it all on the video.
Right.
Whereas at the stage where I was at back then,
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of kind of pitching and trying to hit up companies and people to get me to get sponsored, and you know, it just never really came together. And I think I will do it though. It's gonna happen.
Wait, on the note of Shisha Pipe, Chingo, you know my WhatsApp, those two video vixens. There's a pen and paper over there. I don't have their WhatsApp. I'm gonna shoot a music video, so I just wanna hit them up on WhatsApp.
Everyone thinks that I knew them personally. Or I had
You
some
didn't?
type of- no, dog. Like I didn't. Those are people who I paid to be there.
Oh, so you just got the shooting and they were there?
Yeah, no, I had an agent that
Oh,
put
okay.
the girls through. So
No, they were just, they were very good looking.
Kutraga by Apple Music. Kunyara batageta kutraga.
just type the name of the song, okay? It'll come up.
But
What's the problem?
So, like, in terms of like just doing videos in general, ends up, how hard is it? Like,
For the guys here,
yeah,
it's tough, man.
for the people around.
It's really tough.
right.
Like, is that because like people are just like stinging each other the opportunities, or it's literally just
It's
comes
got
down
nothing
to
do with
the budget?
opportunities. It's got everything to do with okay, imagine say to put out a podcast, an episode of Sadza, right? Imagine it cost you $500.
That's what it costs us.
Yeah, but then how long did it take you to get to
You
the
don't
point?
see
Because I was there when you
behind the
guys
scenes
were
stuff.
crowdfunding for this equipment.
Yeah.
Which was money laundering.
Yeah, whatever. But I was there when that was happening, because you needed to get to a point where you had the means of production to do
Yeah,
it
yeah.
and whatever, so that you're not paying to rent a studio somewhere else, right? And that's the thing, that like, for the most part, you guys are privileged to be able to source those type of funds from somebody and have a setup like this. Like, that is definitely a very high privilege, right? And a lot
Shout
of
out to
guys-
Twitter. Shout out to Twitter for that. Shout
Yeah,
out.
do you know what I mean? And there's a lot of people who don't have that kind of access. So they can't set themselves up, and at the same time actually coming to even someone like me who does videos like for dirt cheap, it's still 80 to 90% of the game that cannot afford to pay.
Right. So let me interject. For people who feel like we don't have context, let me play this song.
What's up?
So
Oh, okay.
So that people have context. It Charisma kana chida no go.
Can I actually like
Kana lava.
hit him? Hit him with the tune.
this is the song that haunts my whole career.
It's charisma.
Baby girl, you're the one. Ndiwe wandino that in my fantasies it's me and you I see tichichota. It's fair to say that one tended is a brain. Find myself catching feelings at the mention of your name. manje ndo itase nyekunaka kwako could I ever make you stay ndinokurota man never think about you in the day ndichakubata chete I just have to find a way Miss Ken you wangaka and I ain't playing games say my homebrew pata style you never wear a nice fit cause every fly brother needs a fly chick Miss Ken.
So what happened after this?
Come on.
Where did this challenge go?
Huh? Come on, rinse my
The
man.
songs that have come after this,
What happened?
what you know,
They're better. Oh, wait, you about to say the songs coming out after this are better? Like,
No, the song that came out after this. But then I think that like with this song, it was a special moment. Everybody has that moment.
Were you in a
Yeah.
relationship?
This was completely fictional. All of it. All my love songs are fictional.
And then when you
But then I pull from all of my emotional experiences, so I'm able to take the greatest hits from everybody, and all the greatest emotions and whatever, and just pull, or just it's never really about a particular person until like
recently.
until recently I haven't ever written for like a particular person.
I see.
But yeah.
so now, when we talk about recently, we're talking now. There's someone in the picture now.
Yeah. I've been
There's
like
been someone in the picture for
like a year now.
A year now.
Yeah.
Wow.
A good year. Like a good year, maybe what?
the only
3 days ago.
Zimar. She's Zimar.
Yeah, she's a woman.
Yeah.
Beautiful Zimbabwean girl, but we're here to talk about the music.
the
so.
only person in Zimbabwe but faithful.
Yeah, actually, come to think about it, I've never actually
Hey,
heard
man.
that you're being
There
wrong.
is literally no one.
No, come on, man. There's some people out. Some of my brothers are faithful.
No one.
Shaki's faithful.
Who?
Shaki's faithful.
Shaki.
Shaki's got like a full-on day.
No, but you see, Shaki.
Tell them something.
Shaki-
Prepare for
No,
the
but you
city.
see the thing- Shaki-
Don't put pressure on the
Shout
boy.
out to Shaki. He's
But you
one
see
of
the thing
guys.
is-
don't be throwing my G's under the bus.
No, that's my brother. That's my brother. That's like my full-on brother. But I was going to classify Shaki. I wouldn't say Shaki does music.
Okay.
Like
Okay, you
yeah.
mean like music
Like
guy?
he's a music guy.
Okay,
he's
so you
he's
mean
an
like-
artist. I mean like
You mean
hip
like
hoppers,
ratchet guys.
like hip hoppers, like
Yeah,
people
no,
who are
no.
kitty kitty.
I mean, at one point I was also just out here wilding out.
Such
but-
like
I
Like,
think-
go out of it, kind
I
of.
think you just grow. Not necessarily grow out of it, actually. Not necessarily that. Sometimes it's just a moment where you meet somebody who kind of like syncs up with you in that way, and you
Everything
just know that it's worth kind of like not giving into those impulses, and then soon you don't even have those things. Do you know what I mean? You don't even feel like that. It's just everything is cool. So yeah.
Oh wow,
that's dope. That's powerful.
good for you, bro.
That's
Good for you.
Nah, blessings, man. Blessings, man.
All right. So
when
now
are you
that-
taking the knee? Wait, when are you taking the knee? A year's a long time, boss. When are you taking the knee?
I don't know. Like it's not something that like it's not something that is a crazy like at this rate it would happen eventually.
Okay.
There's no pressure, but like at this rate it would happen eventually. Like I'm at that stage in my life where
chat.
I'm doing not that. It's not even about an age thing or whatever. It's just me where I'm at personally. Like investing that much time into something.
Also, that's another thing. Where now and people want chat.
But that's
I
true.
will.
When was the last hip hop nigga married?
Two Chains. Oh, you're talking about local.
Ta-da.
Plus 263.
Guys.
Plus 263, my guy.
Okay, well I don't know. I don't know. Nobody.
Nobody.
Maybe I'll be the first hip hop wedding here.
Right. No, but to be honest, we just went a different dimension.
A more serious charisma.
That's Tinash. That was Tinash we were talking to. It's lovely. Sadza in the morning brings out the best in people.
We need to have real honest conversations.
This
the
is
people's
like
podcast.
Oprah. Exactly. So this is Oprah segment. But no, so we're just going to throw a couple of smash or pass questions.
Smash or pass. Smash or pass.
Exactly. That's what I was trying.
About the
For
love
the
of my
people.
life.
For the people. For the
No,
people.
but the thing that I want
Okay,
to
would I have smashed or passed?
Don't make it complicated.
Because I'm not smashing none of them.
Okay, obviously we don't mean like
I'm
no.
gonna pass
Would
it
you
over.
have in the
Yeah,
past?
like I mean, do I think that?
Would you have before you found the one?
Yeah,
Because
cool.
clearly you found the
Like
one.
no, yeah, I did find the one, but
Yeah.
she'll totally like.
She'll understand what
No,
this
she gets
means.
it because she's totally out here phoning on dudes on
It's
the
not-
TV.
Yeah, because if we ask her, she'll snatch people like Idris. She'll probably be like, yeah, hell
I
yeah.
think,
So yeah, fair enough.
But to be honest, you can be free. It's not CID. Was going on here.
We will see that you're tense. We will see that you're tense.
Who ask you like at the end, and I just want to throw you in this question as somebody who's in the game.
Okay.
Like there's certain things that are happening out there. Like the whole Cardi B Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
I call it Nicki Minaj because I don't respect
Cardi period.
Nicki, what she's done in the past 2
Yeah,
years.
well, I mean, Nicki hasn't grown. Nicki hasn't grown from
Yeah.
the version that she came out as. Like, you know, like how all that shock factor, titties out, all that kind of stuff was really
Pink
like kind of,
hair.
it was like provocative then. Right?
Yeah.
It's like nowadays, like those are the times when those were the nudes. Like when you get nudes, when you get nudes, right?
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj was out here in real life looking like what your nudes look like.
Yeah.
And then all of that shit just became the normal, and like everybody's.
But also, she was young though. She's she's a mature woman now.
Regardless of that, though, she could be a mature woman selling sex. I mean, that's what Kim
Yeah.
Kardashian does, right? Her brand is sex, right? And you can do that and get your money or whatever. But then, as far as being musical and whatever, I just don't think that she grew past the.
Yeah, I think
the
she lost it.
sensational Nicki.
Yeah.
She didn't grow past that, and someone like Cardi is sensational already from Good Data, right? But then if you listen to her album, regardless of whether she wrote it or not, as a piece of art, it is definitely a more mature piece of art than the Nicki project that I listened to, because it's like Nicki.
What's Nicki's called? A queen. Then queen.
Like, I mean, Nicki can rap, like that's cool.
Yeah.
But people don't want to hear that like Barbie dreams rubbish anymore. Dog. Like they want to hear new things. Like
It's
you know,
Barbie,
And if you
bitch.
listen, if you juxtapose the two albums and you look at like what Cardi was doing, like with
Cardi is
Kehlani.
that
She's got Kehlani on
Yeah.
there. She's got them reggaeton type niggas on there. She's got the dude from the West Side. What's his name?
The dude from the West Side.
Yeah, the dude on the song, the strip club song. Dog. Like she's just got a lot of. She's got.
She even
such
got
a
Chance to rap on the one.
Yeah, it's quite a varied kind of.
Yeah.
There's a lot of flavors on there, and it came together well. It's a dope album. So
I think Nicki's just bitter now, bro. Like,
and Nicki's what?
she's just realized that she can't be number one anymore, which is okay. Like it's not like being number two is a terrible thing, but Cardi B is kind of like she's taking over.
Some niggas talk chicks, but they barely.
Oh, now he's playing that old charisma.
the old.
Yeah.
Old charisma.
So the listeners know. We have a lot of listeners who actually don't listen to hip hop and
No,
to hip hop
I'd
in
love
general.
for them to check out. I'd love
Yeah.
for them
So
to
this
check
is
out.
like for them to just get like a taste of taste of what you're about.
The body of work is called No Gas No Glory Volume 2. It's on Apple Music and Tidal.
It's everywhere.
That's it.
Everywhere.
I wanted to play this Cardi track. The end of that inside.
I like it. Yes. This is a jam. This is a jam.
And it came out well. Like the way they fused their tunes.
Now I like dollars, I like diamonds, I like studding, I like shining, I like $1 million deals. Where's my pen? Bitch, I'm signing. I like those Balenciagas.
Do you know the thing with Cardi is that she's so easy to root for?
Yeah,
As a
man. That's the
person.
thing. I love her spirit.
As a
I love
person.
Cardi's spirit, man.
As a person,
Cardi is just so dope.
that's what I like first. I think as a person, like after that, it's so easy to say, this person, I like them. I would like for them to.
If someone
win.
is honest, right?
Exactly,
from the
and straight
beginning,
up, like,
yeah.
yo, this is my person.
It's so much easier to. It's so much easier to like them and root for
And
them. when they're
relate
honest.
and-
when you can when you can relate to someone, and even if you can't relate to someone, when you just can feel the honesty coming
Like,
from
yeah,
them.
and the story also,
Yeah.
because I know, ndakatanga apa, I did this, I did that, I did Ninkrini.
She's just honest. She's just brutally honest. I mean,
I love Cardi.
Then like the hilarious video, actually, Ali Kumilan.
oh, she was like modeling.
No, when she.
No, not modeling. Did she perform at the item? She performed Bodak. Yeah, she did. When I saw the video, my guy.
And Inaku won. She was.
So Zara Mbeka, man.
She
Who
was,
thought she was
She
performing?
was showing off her new glasses.
Her new glasses.
Yeah, she said. She said that I got my glasses.
Bitch, get into these motherfucking glasses, bitch. These glasses right here, the Burrow. I got my face super warm, like if I got a North Face.
She cool.
Winter,
Remember, she was an Instagram star
certified.
before.
Don't think about it, what
Well, not
all
an
my
Instagram star,
money.
but
Man, these Italians got me fucked up. Giving me champagne in the afternoon. They must not know that I'm light. What's good, bitch? We out here in Milan, drinking sparkling water and eating some spaghettis.
I love Cardi.
Yeah,
I love Cardi.
nah, she's funny.
You see, so that kind of. I love.
Like I was saying,
I
she
love
was actually like
Brandy.
big on
On
Insta.
Instagram.
Like before, yeah.
Before.
She was big for a reason. She was
Ah,
actually big for a reason.
She's dope. She's dope. Saga,
Cardi
you,
B?
Cardi versus Nicki.
Totally Cardi, though.
dope.
Totally Cardi.
And then, so we are going to walk you smoothly into this, according to the Daily News Zimbabwe. They asked them this gay storm.
Okay.
They are calling it.
They called it a gay storm.
How?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
These guys.
Do you know? I was.
That's on your headlines.
No, it's just the need to be provocative, to cause, to be sensational, more than what the actual story is, to take away from national equity. Because you know when the St. John's College story came out, there was something that I couldn't put a pin on. There is something that I'm missing, because this guy, the way they were saying it, the deputy head just came out today.
Damage control.
On an assembly to say, I've been living as a gay man in Zimbabwe for the past 15 years. His record is impeccable and everything. And in my mind, I kept thinking about why, if there's nothing that has happened in the past 15 years, there's really no reason for him to be coming out and announcing this, especially if no one has asked for him to come out. Because I know for a fact there is more harm in doing that, being the culture in Zimbabwe.
Standard.
Like
but did you look deeper into the story?
No, then that was my first instinct.
Yeah.
And then it later came out, he came out to preempt the story at Daily News.
Yeah.
The Daily News had said, we're writing this story, and they decided to say, he's going to come out of the closet so that Painos the Buddha will control the narrative and whatnot. Which I found very, because at the end of the day, you can tell that this guy didn't want to do either of these things to begin with.
You didn't want to, but I think the better evil was it coming from the school than Daily News.
But then here's the thing, though. Like, I think that, like, in everything with the whole storm and all that, obviously, like, we live in a very homophobic, culturally homophobic, like, country, right? This is something that's come from the very top for the longest time, for as long as we can remember. But I think maybe, like, I don't really know what the right thing was to do, but I think maybe that they should have communicated to the parents. They should have communicated to the parents, because the students, at the end of the day, what they think and what they feel, they're at school, right? And the damage control was supposed to be with the parents. And I think that a lot of the parents who are angry or whatever, right, like homophobia or not, it's like, why are you exposing our children to this, blah blah blah, whatever, right? I think that, like, that ignorance, they should have kind of thought about that ignorance first, and kind of tried to keep it, not necessarily try to keep it under wraps, but for the damage control should have happened as direct communication to the parents. This is what's happening, and whatever. I don't even feel like it's a thing, right? But then it's just, you have to know the country that we're in and the attitudes of the people and whatever. Like,
do you know now?
It's not like
When I put it in that, for me, like what I personally think would have, because the person who's affected by all of this, Satenda Kuchukoro or whatever, the person who's affected is the deputy head.
The victim is the deputy head.
The victim is the guy.
Head,
because at the end of the day, I don't think Munyuz and how comfortable he was living, he had decided that that's the time. He probably had a way that he wanted to communicate.
Even if he didn't want to, it doesn't matter, right?
And
I think now the only issue is how it was communicated once they decided what he was going to be communicated. But as I said, I don't know what the right thing to do was.
So that's what I wanted to say.
Like, have hollered at the parents. The parents should have gotten a circular and been informed that this is what's happening. But I guess
it's fair enough. But then, like, the thing is, right, there was never going to be like a positive reaction out of this because of where we are.
There was never going to be a positive
There was never going to
reaction.
be a majority of parents saying, no, we support you, we are, because no, that's not how these guys roll. Clearly, even with the clip that went around, you saw that one Bally who was just mad, like,
no, but
it's just the way it is. It's just the train of thought that unfortunately a lot of people have.
But for me, I think, and I feel like if they had the guy's best interest at heart, the best course of action would have to not say anything.
But Daily News was going to say something.
No, but you know why I'm saying that? Because for a very long time, we've had people that have been speculated to be gay in Zimbabwe. For powerful people, and it has never been. It has been in newspapers.
Yeah,
it has
but
been
then-
talked
I think
about. It has never
I
been
think
people.
for them to then decide, let's do it before Daily News. I think Daily News has something.
No, I'm saying it's not about them, bro. There's
I
been
think-
solid stuff, solid videos. I'm saying the school had their own best interests at heart. Obviously, they wanted to protect the school and the burnout.
That's the most important
But
thing.
they
The
are
bag is the most
pretending.
important thing.
No, but the thing is, my issue is they are pretending as if they did it in the guy's best interest. You see, then they definitely did it in the best.
Like, he probably had no.
Well,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They are pretending as if they did it in his.
Like
best interest.
like I said, that was the better evil was for them to come out.
I don't. To be honest with you, I don't really care who's sleeping with who. I don't
It
think
doesn't
that's-
matter.
I think that this whole thing is it's a big shame. There's no right.
is.
There is no right or wrong way of coming out and like. But then I think that damage control. Yeah, you're probably right. It was in the interest of the school.
Yeah.
Because they knew the reaction that the parents were gonna have. I
But
think
you
they-
see the
I
problem-
think they should have communicated directly.
But you
with
see
the
the problem now,
parents
they
and said,
didn't.
"Kuti,
Amanacha
whatever."
baka winner because still the board, the parents want everybody gone. They want the headmaster, they want the deputy. So even Kupriyam Takwa in the end, now
Yeah,
they
I'm
lost
afraid
the school, and you still have somebody's private life out in the public forever.
Yeah, anyway.
I don't know how
It is-
that's
it
gonna end.
was-
Like,
it was-
I don't know if there's gonna be an amicable end to this whole thing, but
Yeah, I mean, more power to him for coming out, but
I don't think
it's
he
just
came
like
out. I think
around
he was
him.
forced out.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, whatever the situation was, but it's just the thing is around him. He's not going to be in control of anything.
That's the- that's the-
it's,
and
it's
that's
almost
the-
like a rap.
That's the hurtful thing.
He's simply not going to be in control anymore. It's a rap.
And it's just been a shock seeing a lot of homophobic people on the timeline. Like, yo, just open your mind.
Well, they exist, bro.
You
No,
also
like
find that,
homophobic
like,
people that you communicate to. Like, I'm not talking about Vanu Kurega. I'm talking about like people you interact to on the
yeah, but
timeline.
You
They-
also have to remember, Kuti Munomuka, the exposure. You're not really like being closed-minded, right? Sometimes you're just not exposed to like stuff enough, and there's too many closed-minded people around you. You hear too much closed-minded shit, and it's like you don't even realize sometimes that you're just casually. Like, casually bigoted or casually sexist or casually whatever, because it's just the norm.
environment.
Do you know what I mean? It's just the environment that we're in, and over here, definitely, there's a whole lot of that. Like,
Yeah.
a whole lot of that. You have to go to other places and be exposed to other things to really start to see that, like, some of these things don't matter at all.
Yeah.
Like, people should have their free will, man. Like, people should be able to do whatever they want to do. But
It is what it is. And don't forget how powerful the church is, bro. Like,
yes, that's another thing.
never
We live
forget.
a
In
very,
this
very
country, the
religious
church,
country,
exactly.
and-
The church is very powerful in this country.
Yeah.
So there are some people who literally what they translate from the Bible is what they follow. No, they don't care what you think about that, So when they say, hey, we hate gay people should be banished, gay people are people who are possessed, wada, that's just the way it is, bro.
I think this takes us into our first our politics and above segment. We actually have a politics and above segment here where we talk about important issues bedeviling the country. This is my hot seat. Bedeviling the country. And today we are going to switch it up and play a fire tune from the throwbacks. Are you ready for our politics and the...
I'm ready.
What is this? You see, I know this song. I knew this song. I knew this song.
Right, so we are switching it up a little bit. This is Nora. Apparently,
Nora. Continue.
see what I have to put.
What do you say? Hey, what do you say?
This is Nora, Elliot Monica, featuring Brian Muteki. It was a big song. 2000, between 2000 and 2002.
Kasi died,
Yeah, he passed away.
like recently.
No, a long time ago. I think around 2000, between 2008 and 2011.
Okay.
Thereabout. It was a big song, and you got several people. There was a joke going around back then. UK, go back and sing Nora. Go back and sing Nora, because this was the time when God was doing the whole "Keep Your England." Like
Okay.
one day, Minda was very live at the time. Everybody was feeling patriotic, and it was lit. It was very, very lit. Charisma, what do you politics and above yedu nas. Like say I look diaspora I'm sinafana udzoka kumusha nekutumira grosa. What is it? Chi. I'm so one I don't see.
That's why no diaspora.
No, there's a thing that has always fascinated me. I want to ask, like the diaspora vote. What do you?
I think that it's important, but I also think that logistically, like it's actually quite tough.
Would you lobby for a diaspora vote?
I would, but then I would lobby for other things before that. I'd rather they spend the money on other things before that.
All right, let's keep it down to the diaspora vote. If you lobby for it, like what would be like something that, because personally, let's say I was in London or something, right? I would lobby for it, yes, but then there will be some sort of conditions behind it.
Problem is when they don't diaspora, I'm going to see people vote here. There were a lot of. I don't think that the diaspora vote should be done as a matter of just people's right to decide, right? But I don't think that there's those people who are overseas there's enough of them to shift the politics on the ground.
Significant enough.
No, I don't think so.
No, South Africa.
But then I think for the most part, I think for the most part.
But remember, Monash is closing, Saga. Most of them are coming back.
Wow.
We're not gonna act like Monash does not harbor most of the Zimbabweans in South Africa. We know that is a fact.
Wow.
We know that is a fact.
Cape Town University people, right?
No, it's a fact.
Shit.
It is a fact. Monash has a span of symbols. There was this one joke. It was pretty dry, Shaki, but I heard it was about Monash. Hands you kind of Monash, right? And then you stand at the end of the corridor, and then you just say Davy. Everyone just comes saying, Davy. That's how many symbols are Monash.
No, there is.
But the diaspora vote should happen.
Yeah.
Just for the purposes of people being able to
express their... I feel like if you're born in Zim, then you have right to vote.
Especially
if you've got a Zimbabwean passport.
Especially when you consider that most of these people who went out of Zim, it wasn't like a voluntary thing. It wasn't like
most of them actually looking for work.
I'm going on holiday and then,
economic migrants and all this stuff.
Yeah. And so far we past scoreboard Paco card green what card. Diaspora vote what yes.
Yeah.
Right. And Nadia Nakai versus Kiki Beres. She didn't want politics in that bar. Because
where is that even coming from?
Are they battling though?
Huh?
Are they battling?
No. Wasn't Kuti well.
Oh, who you think would win?
Kurukwa Kunz.
Do you know that Kiki's actually a really dope rapper?
She is, bro. She's our
number one, bro.
Top
award winner.
You know what's funny? I'm gonna say this, right? People say this all the time, right? But like, it's like the people who they say write for her don't rap as well as she does. So actually, it's like, so I don't know if it's the fact that she just has better cadence than them, or that they don't actually write for her, or whatever. I mean, she sounds like recently, like I've seen like this other joint or whatever. But like, I mean, I've listened to Kiki Bada since like the beginning, right? Like, I wouldn't say that like I bump her music like that, but I've always known that she has a rap.
She has bars.
So like, she can do her thing, right? She could totally do her thing. But like, she could, like, in this new joint, like, I don't know what it was. What joint was it?
Boys Detonas.
She sings as well. Yeah, she sings as well. Like in Boys Detonas, her flow was kind of crazy. I don't remember what she was saying.
Without a remote, I'm in control.
Let me play the latest Nadia Nakai.
No, we don't have to do that.
No, we don't.
I've heard it, but we don't have to do that.
It's terrible. I just want to.
We don't
Nadia.
have to do that. Why not play, like, why not focus on the positive things and play with Kiki Badass?
We've been playing Kiki Badass post. We actually should have a Kiki Badass post. We need to talk to her.
I'm not a big fan of this track, but I reckon it's
terrible.
See, Nick is cooking. He knows it. He put some alcohol in him right now.
I'm in, boy.
I mean, I'm not a fan of the record, you know what I'm saying? But I understand what this does. I get what this does. It's also got a space in the...
It's for the club, bro.
Yeah, man. It's not. You're not looking for a deep record from
Nadia Nakai. Hell no.
That's what you're getting
But
from,
no, but the thing
I think
is,
she performed for kids, and then she called them motherfuckers. She was like, "Are you motherfuckers ready?"
No, but my thing with Nadia Nakai is, do you remember the verse on Amantombazana?
Uh-huh.
Do you remember how dope that was?
Yeah.
it wasn't that dope, but it was Nadia Nakai dope.
Like when she wants to rap.
That's what
she's
I
a
don't
symbol.
Like I wouldn't say
Yeah.
that she's. I wouldn't
But she
say
doesn't-
she's a great artist, but I wouldn't say like she's nice. Do you know what I mean? But I would say Kiki is nice though.
Yeah.
No, Kiki is nice. Like,
Kiki's fine.
like
We are
legit, like,
team
no
Masofa.
bullshit. Like beyond
Yeah.
anything else. Like as in like spitting bars regardless of who's writing for or whatever. Like
The bars are there.
she's got an ill flow. Like a really
Bars
ill
are
flow.
there. Remember that freestyle? She does the freestyle. I will literally listen to freestyle sometime. But she does something with a
not.
clean freestyle. Kiki baddest.
Inzwa ish. So ish.
See, I don't know why strippers feel they can come for me.
This is a diss track
Oh,
to
like you
that.
said, she was coming at
This is not your
Tiara.
territory. This is
Like,
hip
why do you
hop.
guys always focus on the negative? Play the new single.
No, we played the new single last
Play
week.
everything, Jackie Inzwa.
We played the new
I
single
don't
last
get
week.
the body rappers a lot, but I got the body most rappers don't got. One record made them say I'm the one. Imagine what's gonna happen with the next one. I'm like, hold up, what's the queen of a goddess? What? They ain't no Kiki the
Nah, she got
baddest.
flow, man.
Just
I
cause you
fuck with
mention
you.
your status,
I do, like, for
that
real,
doesn't
like, I
put you
fuck
on the
with
stage. One way you strap on my siwa, cannot chine do. No Sierra Kiwa, they know that I slay. Not like Madiwa, but still when I pray, yes and no Piwa. Then I make double triple what they're making the anim. Effect, I don't need an asylum. Wanda Kapinga Kudara. Uchipinga Swana Madara. I came up with nothing but all of this bar.
Wow.
No, she came at Tiara so hard on this record.
Wow.
I don't even feel like Calvin should have been on this record. Like,
Wow.
is this the one with Calvin, right?
Yeah.
Nah, I feel like Calvin should have not even been on that record. Like, she handled it properly.
Like nice.
I think it was just for control to have Calvin on there, but she definitely
Could
handled
have
herself. Yeah, like, as far as the rappers that are out there, like, in the forefront, I've heard other girls who rap who are really dope. But as far as the people who are in the forefront, she's doing the thing, though.
So what needs to happen for Zim Hip Hop to go to that extra place? Because Zim Hip Hop has been in this place, like in this.
I would say
stagnant place.
investment.
No, but way.
Okay, cool. That the investment is fine, right? But there's a lot of work that needs to be done to facilitate a centralized point where people can consume centrally from one point, like where we say this is the source of Zim hip hop, right? And consume it not in just the sense of listening, right, or being able to download, but being able to go to a place that is focused on Zim hip hop. Like, for instance, if 1+1 turned around and said that, like, on a Saturday night we're gonna play 90% Zim hip hop.
Can I tell you an idea that I had? Like a dome, basically, like a dome place whereby, like you said, like specific nights cater for specific genres, and then you have your strictly hip hop genre, like night and stuff.
You
like
have
that.
to do that. You have to have a place where people can come and listen to it loud. They can dance. They can get drunk to it. And within 3-4 weeks, like, you know these songs. You're partying to these songs, and you know, like, it comes from the street. Like, the people on the ground have to be listening to.
Yeah.
It doesn't come from radio. Like, it doesn't come from radio. There has to be a culture of consuming Zim hip hop on the streets to start with, right? That will make it make sense for the radio DJs and the club DJs to be out there playing this music. Right now, it's just a fringe thing that happens on the outskirts of entertainment over here. And then there's the people who've got the resources or the clout to get onto the mainstream platforms, and they kind of break away. But there isn't a place where you can go to listen to brand new Zimbabwean artists, where there's people who are attending these venues and going to these places thirsty to hear new Zimbabwean hip hop. It's like the DJs don't break new music, and the DJs that can do are in specialist shows. If the guy who's playing daytime radio is not breaking Zimbabwean hip hop,
But Mox is doing that.
yeah, Mox does do that. So, and that is a positive thing that's happening in Zim hip hop. But then Mox is not enough. Mox is not enough to.
You need like 10, 15
Mox
different
still
guys.
Mox still has to play a really, really hot record. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't have the leeway to spend 2 or 3 hours playing records going, oh, do you guys feel this? Or do you
Wasn't
know?
that the premise of the fix?
Yeah, but the Fix is a specialist show at 9 p.m. on a Friday night. Who's listening at 9 p.m. on a Friday night other than young kids who, or like, you know,
Who
or
can't go
people,
out.
or people who are like, you know, it's really weird. It's like there's no way of actually.
It's a weird time slot. I mean,
Yeah.
had it been like maybe like Friday
Because
lunch
I was a
or
presenter
evening.
on the Fix for I was the first presenter on the Fix for like a
Okay.
good 6 months or so when ZFM started. Me and MC Cut were the hosts of the Fix.
Matt Zingre.
I know Zingwa. Like I went on.
We ask the hard questions.
No.
Here.
We want
I
the
don't
truth.
think- Like I was about to drop V2, so like now my kind of career was evolving, and that was going to get in the way. Branding wise, it was just getting a bit tricky, and you know they were basically trying to. There was two factions at ZFM. One side was trying to make the focus us, the other side was trying to make the focus the DJs, and it was causing a tension with people who were great friends, who I was great friends with, and I was able to like just walk away from the situation, and I was in a good space at the time because I was about to drop my album, so it was perfect timing.
Why
And-
Badaro? You're not wait to exposure.
ZFM never paid me though.
Okay.
Like
So they owe you. They
actually
owe you,
do.
or they just said they
No,
weren't going to
they-
pay from the beginning.
Sure. At the time, I think I was just really happy to, and I was honored to be on the show. So
Yeah.
whatever, like when it
No
came
exposure,
to
you
money, no,
guys.
I definitely. I think that for me, like as far as exposure is concerned, right?
Yeah.
Like when it mattered and when it meant something.
That was a
did.
trick question. You're the first person on the orchestra exposure. Everyone is in me. No,
No, but then
the thing is,
here's the thing.
It's
Here's the
one.
thing. It's just the same thing as this. It's like people talk about clout and relevance and all this, that, and the other, right? There's people who are, like, for instance, I'll give you an example of on the timeline. There's people who are funny and they get mad retweets, and people go, oh yeah, you think you're all that and this, that, and the other just because you get mad retweets or whatever, right? Then you look at someone like Nick, who's been able to
Wait.
turn-
Why are we
Yeah,
name
no,
dropping?
for real. This is real shit. Someone who's been able to turn that popularity into a brand and actually
Nick, what's a brand?
and push forward, like, right? Like I know that a lot of your clout comes from being funny. I know that like your clout entirely comes from being funny, right? And you can get to a point where you allow people to reduce you and reduce what you are online and tell you that you ain't shit, or tell me that I'm a SoundCloud rapper, or tell this person that did this or whatever, or tell people that like exposure doesn't matter here and there or whatever. But when you're getting it and you're able to change that energy into something that works for you, then all good. There's some people who just want to be out there just to be out there.
I don't see why people hate on the term exposure. Like, what is it? Like,
No, it's because
They feel like
it's been
it's
abused.
Yeah.
Some people abuse exposure. Some people use it to abuse their power, their position, to get resources, to get human resources for free, right? But then I think that for me to turn around and admit that like ZFM gave me great exposure and that I didn't get rich from that, like I wasn't like super paid.
yeah.
That's nothing to me, man. Like I was talking to the country for 3 hours every Friday nationally. Well, not nationally, but then like yes, nationally. And
Okay.
there's a lot of people who got into Zim hip hop because of how well we did the show.
I'm actually not enjoying this interview because it's not as you're answering these questions greatly, and I'm not enjoying it. I'm not enjoying that. I want to be honest. So now I'm going to move to another segment of the show. This is my favorite segment. I want you to answer.
Marry, when will you marry? When will you marry? Will it be this year or next year? Will you be single forever? Jesus, when will you marry? When will you marry Jehovah?
We want to know, Charisma.
You're not a serious guy.
I'm not enjoying
When will I marry?
When will you marry?
Guys, like
You gave us some answer about the right time. Yeah. It
no,
Chagu,
no,
chagu,
like,
chagu,
if
chagu.
I could ideally, if I could get married, if I was like
Hella.
if I could like I don't know, like
Say
maybe
it.
like
The cousin you're going to hold
a
marry.
year or two from now. Like I've got stuff that I need to do.
Okay.
And to be in that space, right?
Okay.
And I'd have to have a serious discussion,
Beg.
like a serious discussion. I mean, yeah, like not just money, but just being in a place where you can.
No, it's to be honest, marriage is just money, Charisma. No,
and
You need
and
the money.
and the type of money. Like I mean, okay, fine. Let's put it like this: like that type of money to get married is not the issue.
Okay.
Hey!
Basically, what Chris just said, he said beg people.
No, like to get married, of course, but then like that's not the issue. Like you've got to be in the same space.
Music is no turn around. Otherwise,
No, I get money from music, guys.
music is no
No, I do get money from music, though.
Alright.
I do get money from- I was just at Zamora collecting a check yesterday.
Ah.
No, kupagana ya pinda muswe Friday.
It's okay. It's okay.
No,
Yeah.
Jack, no, that's how it
It's
works
okay.
with them. You go there, you claim your money, and then let us go. Like the board has to sign off.
So how much do they pay you, like every airplay, every time your song plays on the thing? Like 20 cents?
I think no.
More than
Even
that?
Like that's more like a ZFM rate. I think.
Okay.
I think so. Like ZFM is somewhere I think around 50 cents. Star FM and Power FM are more, I think, somewhere between 3 and 5. More nearer to 3, I think.
Dollars.
Yeah. Like
Per
US dollar.
play.
Yeah. It's decent.
Shit. I think.
So getting that Star FM is actually
Nick,
quite
please.
My single is coming through.
I'm
Anyway,
not sure if it's $3, but
Wait,
it's
how?
somewhere there.
But
It's
how?
decent, though.
So wait, how do they justify the difference between $3.50?
Oh, because of the different platforms. It's just like, say, for instance, a terrestrial channel, right? Like a terrestrial channel on TV will pay a different royalty rate to a digital channel, to a whatever. So ZFM will have a private, I guess it's a private station, the size of it.
Yeah.
And then the size of a Star FM is much bigger. It's more
Wider.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
I guess their licenses, all that kind of stuff goes now with whatever agreement they have with somewhere.
my new single, Trust Issues, coming out.
Yeah. Nick is doing something. So, and I think what you had an agreement with. There was a time when your music was getting played on MTV Sugar.
Yeah, like
And
a TV show.
MTV
That's
Sugar.
They call them synchronization deals, where
Yeah.
I guess you sign a deal with a production company or MTV through a production company, and then they use your music, and they used a bunch of my music.
So what? You just sign like one straight paycheck, or is just going to depend on how often
that
they?
works is royalties. So they will.
Are they also like 20 cents or something like that?
No. It's different for television. It's much higher. But like they'll be on like say 130 different channels around the world.
Yeah.
So SABC shows it, MTV shows it,
Yeah.
BET shows it, and that's just in South Africa. Over here, ZBC got the license through one of these guys in the industry, and
Gilbert.
whatever his name is, it's all good. But yeah, so like whatever platform they play it on, there's a royalty rate for that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All the different platforms will have their own different licensing agreement with the Staying Alive Foundation, and the MTV or whatever. So like, and then on my royalty statement, it will just come up to say, okay, fine, you were played in Zimbabwe, you were played in Kenya, Australia,
ETC,
India, blah,
then your
blah,
total
blah.
just
and the different platform that it's on, and all the different rates and whatever. So that's how my statement comes. Like that, like, and then some people who are really big, because like my synchronization deal, they didn't pay me a signing fee. Some guys are big enough that like just to use the song, you have to pay them first, and then you pay them a royalty. My deal was different. I was just licensed.
You could barely hear me, man. Continue. Yeah, we're listening.
Anyway,
Continue.
yeah. So yeah, that's what was.
Chico Day. Continue, Chris.
Yeah, no, that was it really. Synchronization deal.
Nah, don't pay attention to this guy. But that's good, bro. That's good. Because like I said, I've got a single coming out. It's called Trust Issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who produced it?
I'm doing everything myself. They call me Chema Potter in the streets. I'm serious, bro. I'm serious. As in, so I'm gonna be, calling on MTV and stuff just to give myself a young guy.
What's your stance on LeBron? Yankees? Are you going to
Pay up.
Yeah, of course you have to. You have to, don't you?
No, but
What has become? No, you just have to be like. Also,
Strict.
you have to. No. You have to be
firm. $95.
No.
Better my guitar.
Just, I wish everybody luck. I hope you just find somebody who's from a family that also understands that it's a sentiment. It's not a money making enterprise.
And you feel like you have that.
I think so. I think that she's from a pretty decent family. Doesn't. Who knows though? Who knows?
Chuck them cows, brother.
Are you softer family you had? Before
Chuck them
It's
cows,
not
brother.
usual though. All that charging high and whatever is not the norm, man. It's not
Red
the norm. It's just because you know tamani masala Wanda. So at the end of the day, what you see what you see when you're at Maestro, Amanzi and whatever, that's not like what's really happening out here.
Red from Zimbabwe, like what's the rate? They go little boy.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't really know.
Was a trick question. It was a trick question.
I hear loads of wild figures though all the time, and that's what it is. It's wild.
No, but do people? So my question, like, what I want to know, because when you're getting married in Zimbabwe, they charge Maria Mombe Amai, Maria Baba, Maria Chichi, and when you don't have cows, they translate that figure, to shits. Like they will charge like one cow $400 or $300, and then at the end use the terms of charge Mombe 8. So in the UK, do you guys do that? like since akutorina mombe.
Yeah, because hakuna mombe.
Yeah.
Dziriko kakumusha kakuno ne.
No, but
No, like I'll give you an example of my sister. She got married to a Nigerian guy.
Yeah.
Right? And yeah, that's what happened.
Mukabat.
Bam!
Dambura Maria.
Smash
No,
that.
that's my Nigerian.
Hit that account.
You withdraw.
Yeah, she got married to a really, really cool guy that she met in university. He was
Charisma, you can't say
that's
you
nice.
can't say really what cool.
no, he was a really, really
That's
cool
not what I
guy.
want to hear. Someone that really rich.
No, he's from a great family.
A rich family. He's from a rich family.
No, wacheke takapushin kaku. Ndoka unakaendesa.
Aiwa,
Aiwa, it is
Like in my family,
I can't hate on
in
that.
my
business
family,
model.
you know what? In my family, in Dini Baba, because my dad passed away.
Okay.
So like I actually like legit get.
Do you have just one sister?
What is that?
No, I have 4.
4 sisters. Wow.
I think
Bag alert.
But I'm not.
Secure
I'm not
the
that
bag.
guy, though.
wait.
Get out of here, man. Secure the bag.
What order are you in the?
I'm the second youngest.
All right. So
In a family of 5. Second. Well, yeah, second youngest.
Bruh.
And
Secure the bag.
There's only one left to marry. My
Secure the
little
bag alert.
and the people the one who pays the rent. Twasara. Twasara to so to coconut right. Looks like the target young
Secure the bag alert.
and renovate the house on top of that.
Wow.
That's really bad though. Like I think that's
Yeah.
bad.
What?
think
What's
it's
terrible?
bad.
Securing the bag. What's so bad about securing the
Nah,
bag?
man, that's bad though.
No, but I mean, it's the culture.
I wouldn't feel bad about securing the
No. It shouldn't be about that. It shouldn't be about.
Yeah,
that.
true.
It's
No, it
about,
shouldn't.
It's about bringing families together. Man.
Yeah. And securing the bag.
Yeah, though, like for real.
Secure the bag, Muzak. Alright, let's play Smash or Pass. Smash or Pass.
Before Smash or Pass, I want to play Identify this song.
Okay.
Wow. If it's like, what type of music is this now?
It's all time.
Well, you putting him on the
0
spot.
out of 10. I have terrible memory, man.
They'll play like old school music. I can already see this. I already hear it. Can you? Oh, why is the volume so loud?
I wouldn't know that.
How?
Ah!
Nicolas is
I wouldn't know that. Like, when is it from? What year is
Rambai
it from?
Maka,
What, is that like a Zanu song from like,
Maka
from
Shinga.
like the hyperinflation era?
Ivui
when I was not living
Takatora Nehondo.
here. Yeah, dog. Like I've been living for 18
Takatora.
years, man.
Alright. And this one?
Wow, he's gonna play me these songs, dog. Like I wouldn't have been here. Like
Why are you putting him on the spot like that?
this. Play me like Sha. I wouldn't know this.
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't know
also
any
know
of
that
your
one.
selection of Sungura music, dog.
That's not Instagram music, that's Andy Brown.
Okay.
Wow.
My worry Kungonya.
Ish.
This one?
This is a legend.
This sounds like Manchester.
Like who? Like Mancheso?
No, hold up. No,
Chris,
not Manchester.
Chris,
Manchester's crazy. That sounds like Tugu, actually.
Yes,
Nah,
that sounds like true.
It's almost close, but it's these young guys. They also had locks. Like, it was a very pivotal song in the. I think this is like 2003, 2004.
Pause. You telling me that's not true?
Anything from 2000 up until 2000. Anything from 2000 up until
This is African
2012,
Revenge. One.
13, like ish.
Wait.
Nah, I don't.
Wait. Hold up. That is not Tugu. Okay. Okay, yeah, the voice now makes
The guitar sounds like.
Yeah,
It's
I thought it was a
very
Tugu song.
like
This is
guitar.
African Revenge. One.
I have no idea who that is.
Wow.
Like straight though.
This is.
Like I missed a whole era, hey, of like a good 12-year era of anything popular in Zimbabwe. Like I was completely disconnected from like Zim, completely.
How do you not know that? That's your.
As a young adult, as a young growing adult who was now consuming and whatever, it's bad.
I feel like I've heard this before.
I feel like I've heard it. I don't know any of these songs, Kanzo. Play something from like prior to 2000, maybe.
What I do is Rema drinks. This is prior. Prior my drinks.
Like
This
that
is character.
probably Yeah, I knew that. I knew that actually.
Wing ding.
I did know that.
I love your character.
So that Nicholas, did you know that one?
I did.
Yes,
actually.
I know character. It must be your character. Whoa.
I suck at this section. I'm sorry, guys. I was not here for. all of this.
Was just right? Yeah, I was not here.
No, I really wasn't.
Play him like one current like item. Let's see if he can get that one.
Okay, I'll play you one last old one and then play one current one. This.
I know this song. Of course, that is
The smile on your face when you.
I know this from now, dog. Not even from back then. I know this from now, fam. Yeah, no, I know this song. I think Kandor even dances to this on social media, is it?
Probably.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I would be surprised.
So
I would
I'm
not
going
be
to play you
surprised.
one song from the current crop of Zim dancehall artists. Are you ready?
I hope it's one of my favorites.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
There's
No. Play something really hot right now, dog.
it is.
Yeah. Okay. I hope it's the one that I think.
King Ford. Chill spot.
Was this the one I said I like?
Fountain and Live.
So it's trash.
Ability extension.
Oh yes.
As are you ready as are
Is
you?
this Boom Shake?
None of them can stop this
Yeah.
thing, bury you.
I thought you were gonna play me Kanchiwa. I thought you were gonna play me Kanchiwa.
One drop, two drop, boom shake.
I'm even tired of
And over
Kanchiwa.
that to them say boom shake.
This is quite big. I didn't think he was gonna get as big as it did. This is quite big. This is quite big. I saw him perform it live. I don't know, one of these sound thingies that they do in Bari there or somewhere, and the place went crazy, though.
Yeah.
But they went crazy for the Kanjiwa as well, though.
Oh, it's a big tune.
Kanjiwa is my
Please
favorite.
don't play it.
Yes, please do.
Ah.
Please play Kanjiwa. Kanjiwa is the one, dog. Like,
Kanjiwa is a big tune.
I was
what
at-
do you
I was
think
at-
about this new crop of Zim dancehall artists?
I think they're dope.
Yeah.
I think they're all dope. I wish they were doing it on hip hop beats so that our hip hop industry could come up with a bit. This is heavy.
Run that tune, Mr. D.
No!
What you say? This is Enzo Ishao, but the other written.
Jesus.
This is hard. I was actually in a military test studio trying to get someone to give me this beat. Today,
akakekumaplazi kumpare kadhanzi kabuda nekumatapi ndisingazoziva hangu kuti nechepapi muchavaona varidzi vacho kuti ndevapi ikaka 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 aka kanjiva ikaka aka kanjiva
Fuck that. Play the whole song then. Damn.
Word.
Yeah, no, I like this guy. I like this guy a lot. I think he's really dope.
No, he's dope. He's
His
incredible.
other song, what's his other?
Another
Angelica?
Ten.
Yeah, that shit.
There was actually a group of people.
Oh,
Nah,
I love it.
Cochita Kwash. We had Cochita.
Yes, I heard that one as well. I didn't think it's as dope as Angelica in this one, but he's still consistent. He's dope.
So with regards to, we go back to Zim Hip Hop. Top 5 MCs. All time.
All time.
Top 5 Zim Hip Hop MCs.
Breezy. Like Breezy's my favorite rapper in Zim. And then in no order, no particular order, I really dig ASAP. Ace, my friends, eh? A lot of these guys are my friends. Sharky.
Yeah.
I fuck with Sharky hard. That's 3. Who else? Who else would listen to this and I have to make sure I don't. Because there's a lot. There's a lot.
There's a lot of people that listen
lot
and
of
don't
guys.
say they listen.
There's a lot.
There's a lot of people that's going
So
to
what?
listen
What have I
because
said?
they, you know,
because I'm on
Banakunzi
the
Bakuti.
Good charisma.
Let's
No,
offend
so what I said-
everyone.
No, because inside my brother as well. Like I could never miss him. And then who would be my 5th one? If I had to pick someone, like right now, shit.
How about putting yourself in there, bro?
He says he's not a rapper.
I am a rapper.
You're not a rapper.
But I'm not rapping right now. But I'm a rapper. I'm still. So I mean, if you had
No, you have a chance to prove yourself. You have a chance to prove yourself. Don't worry.
Hey, so I'm not gonna include myself. That's boring. Who else? Who would I put it for? Someone I listen to a lot. Do you know who I really listen to right now? This young kid called R Peels. Please play R Peels and 10 Diamond, like the new joint. Guys, you've never heard this guy? You've never heard this guy? Like, listen to R Peels. It's about R Peels.
R Peels.
R Peels. Like, seriously, listen to this. Like, Yeah, so anyway, this dude is like the future.
That ends with the future.
Is it RPEELS?
PEELS. So yeah, this guy he's entered my top 5 definitely recently.
Pane mari, pane mweya, pane mwari, pane mweya, pane doro, pane mweya, sha. Pane vaskana, pane mweya, pane zvinhu zvine mweya, zvine mweya yakasiyana, but yesengori mweya, sha. Yeah, yesengori mweya, sha. You dig? Yesengori mweya, sha. Yeah, yesengori mweya, sha. Yeah. Blessed by the grace of the hand of the Messiah. Raised in the church.
All right.
I like how it sounds.
The sound. He has a good sound.
That's one of my favorite guys right now. Shout out to R Peels, man. You guys should go check them out. I really think that Zim Hip Hop needs this.
He sounds pretty young.
He's really young.
Okay.
He's really young.
Cool. So let's jump over across the border, South Africa, AKA versus Casper.
Casper's my hero.
Yeah. Why did you say that?
Because he's been able to do that independently, and he's brought up a bunch of people from Tsecho to the major league DJs to Ricky Rick, Nadia Nakai, Gemini Major. Like, he's been able to make everybody around him wealthy as well, like do well, and that's respectable. Like I really don't have any respect for great artists that haven't been able to use their reach and influence to bring other people up. And I think that's where, if we had to say who scores more points, Casper scores more points, not regardless of the fact that he's got way more money. He does way bigger shows and whatever. Because music is a subjective thing, right? If we're going to put the numbers on the board, let's put the numbers on the board. And Casper's just like light years ahead of like everybody in his generation. Do you know what I mean? And he set the bar for people to meet it. And it's been what, 3 years going now, and nobody's been able to meet that bar. That's worth.
I feel like with that, even with that discussion, like I always say, like Casper is bigger, but AKA makes some quality music. Like in terms of like when you look at beats that AKA comes up with, that guy's got some quality.
AKA's
beats.
got.
I don't know why you're shaking your head like that, bro.
Subjective though. We could sit here and argue all day about who makes dope music and who makes this, because some people will turn around and say that you know, like Casper, he's doing iconic music with the Mahotella Queens and these other people. And
no, I'm just talking about like in terms of just the quality of like the beat in itself. Yeah, AKA's got some very good quality.
That just sounds like shit.
You see, that's the problem. You're looking at the latest. I'm not even talking about that. I'm not even talking about that. I'm not even talking about that.
I will find that song.
No, you don't have to do that.
Nah, you don't have to do it.
You don't have to do that. So you just keep the podcast going. Not start debating whether Fela and Versace sound like shit or not. You know what I mean?
I just like some of the quality that AK is brought.
Casper's my hero. Yeah. Like what he's done is like so
amazing.
Powerful. It's so powerful for hip hop in general. Yeah. For all of us, like to have somebody who goes out there and kicks down certain doors and makes it easier for the guy who's coming up behind him. Yeah. Even if people haven't been able to level up to his level, because it takes something special.
Imagine a headlining show with Casper, Wizkid, and Davido. That, like, on the African scale, that would be huge.
But haven't that done huge. Like hasn't that been done like in one of those One Music festivals?
Yeah. They do that in.
Is it?
They do that in different places. They did it in UK. They did it in America.
Yeah. Oh, is it? I'm doing like on an African scale, that would be massive. Like,
because it used to be, that party used to be in Nigeria. Then they moved it to America. Then they had it in.
I don't know if budget, like wise, like right now anyone has the budget to bring those.
See, those guys are now like, I mean, Davido, Wizkid, like those guys are now 100K out.
Yeah.
Right. It has to make financial sense, or it has to be like a sponsored event, or
exactly.
whatever.
Like you're not. Like
those guys are all huge.
Like that that global thing bringing Beyonce. Like you don't plan to make money out of it.
Because all of those guys are arena guys now. They're all arena level.
Yeah, and we are now doing like a lightning round as we round up.
All right.
So this past week, the police were beating up Maveda. I don't know if you heard about that or you get. Nicholas, any thoughts?
About police beating up vendors? Well, okay, if there's one thing that needs to happen, bro, it's like when it comes to vendors in town, they need to get cleared off, right? What I would have preferred, right, is these ones, they don't understand, like, there's so many vendors, right, that why not, like, open up some sort of industry? For example, why not reopen one of, like, my factories, Sadza and stuff like that, right? And then send everyone there, like, everyone who's looking for money.
Sense. Like, Masasa is not central for anyone.
No, but I just use that as an example.
They have made.
I just use that as an
They
example.
actually have made
Seke
a place for my vendors.
Like in Seke Road, there, by Seke
Yeah.
Road.
But their argument, my vendor, is that no one is like, for you to come there, it's like.
But then
too much
people will
admin.
eventually.
Yeah,
go
that's
there.
the thing.
That's what's supposed to happen anyway. Like this whole thing of the whole like street being like, I am for having designated zones for certain things. It's not normal. It's not normal for a city because what it's doing is it's hurting the businesses on the streets.
Yeah, because the thing is, you have to ask yourself why they're there in the first place. These guys have no work.
The city has to. There has to be some sort of. The city has to function, and I guess dealing with that, right? There's a lot of other things that you have to deal with that are resulting in that. So putting those guys in one place or whatever, there's still going to be problems or whatever.
There still
I
will
think
be problems.
There shouldn't be that many vendors in the streets anyway.
Okay.
There shouldn't be that many. It's already a symptom of a bigger problem. So it's very difficult to fix. It's very difficult to say, but then at the same time, for the sake of people's health, for the sake of like safety on the streets and whatever, like that's also a very important thing. But we have huge problems. We have huge problems. And
Like all I'm saying is set these guys up for something, bro. Like don't just kick them out today on the note of saying teachers and whatnot. Give them an out as soon as you're clearing them off the streets. That's how I feel like that should be handled.
I agree.
Takabaka new roundabout.
Yeah, the one that's making people
One
people
night
fighting,
to
bro.
plan a
Like one Mark Torwal, bro. And I'm like,
People are
why,
mad. People
bro?
are mad. People.
I'm actually very proud of my people because I would have been so embarrassed on Twitter. Other countries reading to in languages they can read about a roundabout. Who's responsible for building? And you know,
Like for me, guys, one of those like. First of all, now you have people who are fighting against. Okay, you have people that are happy that it's there.
Yeah.
Then you have people saying, "Hey, why are you happy that it's there?" You get me? So I'm like, "Oh, what's the problem, bro? Like, if people want to celebrate the fact that there's a roundabout there, let it happen." We're getting one just down the road, yeah, where Gandhi meets Harry Drive.
Yeah.
a word.
Yeah, we're getting one there as well. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how people are gonna
No,
react to that one.
I actually think that would be best because my traffic lights are about
They're just trash. That
But
area is
company-
just trash.
That company is doing good graft, though.
bitumen.
Yeah, Bitumen World. They're doing us bad.
My issue with bitumen is one, I love the work that they're doing, but they need to do it manual. We have a huge problem. Zimbabwe. Do you know what the problem is? Because if you're going to do that mascati, do you know we're on traffic? Have you seen the traffic they cause?
It's kind of crazy right now.
It's crazy.
There was heavy traffic.
Like-
Panulans. What's that road in front of
That's
Kebab?
Enterprise. That's
Yeah.
Enterprise.
There was a
Even the
time
section
broad
of-
daylight.
The section of Chitepo that I had to go around in traffic.
And you know, and Ndara, you're thinking, Ndara, you can do this. You guys don't have to be working during the day.
It probably cost them more because they have to run lights and all this kind of.
I'm pretty sure Mario Iripo somewhere.
But
the same way.
Bitumen World works like they're being paid in US dollars. Though. That graph looks like it's being.
Do you know what I was because the way they're doing it, it's like
It looks like they're getting paid dollars.
properly. You don't see anyone talking. And no, but shout out to them for doing. But
They're doing the Lord's work.
For the sake of progress, please can you? Because it actually you spend like minimum an hour in traffic.
Yeah,
The traffic in town was bad. Dude. I was trying to get to the other side of Chitepo, and I had to like go around in like hectic traffic.
So it's like you add traffic and then you add my terrible traffic lights and then my accidents. I don't because everybody's running rash and MDC Zimbabwe. Did you see they edited a picture of the ambassador?
It's all in the name of being
ambassador?
conservative. What's the name? That white lady.
Katrina Lang.
They edited a picture of her to do what?
So they
Her
edited
dress.
a picture of Katrina Lang, like she was sitting and she was crossing her legs, so her skirt went a little bit up.
So they added
So
more
they
length.
added a seam like ham because to cover up my legs.
Okay.
They posted the picture on their account, and you could see good Pakistans were healing too. And in my mind, I'm thinking, why?
Nah, like
And this is just so embarrassing.
Nah, it's like I said, it's in the name
I
of being
think
conservative.
everyone should just go and leave. Like everyone should just go and leave and start dealing
For the rest of the year, they come back next year.
Yeah, like should just deal with their issues because everyone is going through a lot. Like
Yeah, it is what it
everyone
is.
should just sit and restore the job because healing too. But because I was looking at that and thinking, is that not a diplomatic incident?
Of what?
Like editing like the ambassador's dress because you're insinuating that she's
Indecently
she's
exposed.
indecent, and she's representing the queen.
One of the church guy is auntie.
But
They have to be.
you-
That's the image that they have to
really,
send out.
They really didn't have to post that image.
Yeah, they didn't have to. They could have. Oh, they could have just cropped it.
Exactly.
That was it. They didn't have to edit it. But anyway, it is what it is. It is what it
It
is.
doesn't look good. So yeah, guys, we are at Shoko Festival this Friday.
Don't you forget
So
that.
dope, like, 'cause I'm
Yeah.
always in town for Shoko Festival.
Yeah.
Please come. You coming through on Friday?
Yeah,
Friday
but I
night.
need the VIP chabuti chabuti.
Even for me, that's
We're at Shoko Festival.
I want to be backstage with you on in the green room.
I
Oh. Stars.
So I don't-
Look at my stars.
Vanarukisa Israel. Courage. Courage.
I'm doing it.
Shoko. So we had Shoko Festival, 28th of September. There's comedy night at Reps Theatre, $10
Friday
gets you
night.
in, Friday night, and then on the Saturday night there's a mashup happening at City Library that's close to Rotorua. It's going to be a bunch of people collaborating with new artists. Province is collaborating with ZCC Mbungwe Stars. There's guys from Norway collaborating with Tammy. There's
Who's collaborating with ASAP?
I forget.
This new headline. This is him by himself.
He's doing that collab thing. And then on Sunday, they're doing the big show in Shtumwiza. Where, all the like Sadza D, Jasik now, Moonchild Saneli, and like all these dope acts are going to be there. So come through. All of it is free. Except
for the one on Friday. Except for the one on
Friday
Friday.
night, but everything else is
It's free.
free. So just show up and show out. Let's have fun. Unplugged is also happening.
Unplugged on Sunday, yes. I was about to say that.
Yeah,
Unplugged.
so
It's lit.
muse mandi munokwanisa kundiwana pana angwa na Nelson ndichitengesa mafoni then mafoni angu anywana maprize angu atangira wa 500 zvichiendera mberi.
And also happening this week.
iCloud unlocked.
Also happening this week. There's a Summer Sundowners event happening in Philadelphia. Where's Philadelphia?
Kumberi kweboroto.
In Berkeley,
Yeah, Philadelphia. That's happening on Saturday. Tickets are $7 at the gate, $10 VIP, and
So
it's
my
just
shout out
for the culture.
shout out to Sipo Mdau, shout out to Forever Sammy, shout out to Miss Vungai, shout out to Miss Michelle Muza, Bongi Westbanda. She just started listening to the podcast. Shout out to our guy Mumanzi, always.
Shout out to him. He pushes the culture.
Yeah, he
I
does.
like that guy.
He does. Shout out to Chido, C Chick. Shout out to Liberate Hazel. Shout out to Ras Malone. Shout out to Fenton Mali, Lolo Sav, Sean Epa ZFM. Shout out to TG. Shout out to T Moses. Shout out to Anisi and Michael. Shout out to Tafara Nashe. Shout out to Panda Panky.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kendrick. Shout out to Nyasha Mtonga out there in Dubai.
Yo.
Shout out to Christina Nyandoro. Christina Nyandoro is a big listener of the podcast, and she was just what's the thing that they do? Kukwat. What's the thing? Is it appointed? Is it sworn in? Yeah, she was just sworn in
As a
as
judge.
a magistrate.
Ooh, congratulations.
I saw someone on Twitter. Was that someone who came up on my timeline on Twitter? I
Well,
got a boyfriend and like congratulations to my
It
dad,
might have
whatever.
been. Might have been.
Oh, shout out to her, man.
Yeah.
That means God pin that bag.
Yeah,
God
like
pin that bag.
it's and also like it means Sadza in the morning has infiltrated the corridors of power because she's going to be sentencing people to jail. Ashtera Sadza in the morning. That's real influence. That's real influence, and this is only what else you could want.
Exactly.
It's like that's That's us. Kariz, what's your plan? When are you going to quit and start like farming? That's my question. That's what I want to know. It's the last question of the day.
The last question of the day.
Did you really think this podcast was going to end without some disrespect?
No,
Did you really think?
No, I'm actually like in the process of changing. I guess I'm becoming a jazz musician.
Jazz?
Yeah.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yo, man, you will have to hear.
Like you think so? You're working on a new project.
My new project is definitely different. It's in a completely different lane.
Yeah.
It's been scary actually.
Uh-huh.
Moving away from something that I'm very comfortable doing, something that I came up. I'm here because of that, right?
Yeah.
But then also just changing the musical direction of my stuff. So yeah, we've got a new album coming out soon. I was only here to like just do this quick listening party for my close friends and let them hear what I'm doing. Just get some like final feedback. Not that we're gonna change anything, but just get some final feedback on the project and collect some energy and get going. Having meetings about the music and everything. It's really positive. It's completely different
from anything you've ever.
Yeah, completely different. And the
Are we going
reactions-
to have some songs like Charagadinga on there?
There's a sad love song.
Okay.
There's the part 2 of Love and War is on this album,
All right.
and it's a sad love song.
So what is it called? The album.
The album's called Fakazi.
Yeah.
It's named after my father.
Okay.
Fakazi is actually
So I'll do it deep, okay.
I'll get to
I
the
make
point.
a
I'll get to a
depth.
point like where I'm gonna start explaining it during the rollout or whatever. But basically, Fakazi is like my alter ego. It's a new character, like new name, everything, kind of like Sasha Fierce. But I don't know if I'm actually gonna like drop the charisma and just be Fakazi. But like Fakazi is that guy. So the album is named after the character who's Fakazi.
So is Fakazi going to be into the jazz whole thing as well, or
The whole thing,
Like
yeah.
saxophone.
That's it. That's the vibe of the Fakazi album. Like definitely
Alright.
100%. With a touch of African, Africanness and stuff. It's dope. It's dope. I think it's dope. The reactions have been really positive. So
That's dope. So because we are Sadza in the morning podcast,
The people.
we're going to play a little snippet.
Something.
I always get my exclusive.
this is nobody's heard this so far. So this is literally like an exclusive. Like it's like a minute long.
You are being previewed to thousands of listeners.
How
does it feel?
Shout out to all the Sadza in the AM. You guys get like one song.
Sadza enthusiasts?
It's like a minute. It's like an interlude on the album.
Yeah.
It's like an interlude on the album. It's a lot of fun. Did like a little alphabetical small talk.
One's explanation. Yeah.
No. I want people to know. Without Vazi.
Fakazi. It's charisma. Yeah.
Gotta let it play. The whole album.
ABCs.
Are you ready?
Listen, yeah. If you need to know, I'm actually the answer for anyone asking. Bitter bitches be bashing, I've been about, I be basking. More cadavers and caskets for these cats crying to catch it. As I creep across the capital city, I'm trying to cash in, dog. Domination's dented in my DNA. Did the due diligence on these dummies, I can't deviate. Easy enemies, and I'm ending them with no effort. For the fam, I fling these funny fucks, I fiend it like a fetish, get them good. The guards got the guy in his gang. High to the haters, hating heaven knows they'd happy to gang. Intricately intimate on instrumentals, my intention. Chokers jabber out the door while the dreams are building like Jensen. Carrizzi, K-Dub, K-Rizzy, smoke like Khalifa. Love it, I'm never leaving, I'm lapping legs in my leisure. Moving mad on this music, it's nothing nice, I'm a nuisance. And I'm obviously on it, just pay the price and I'll prove it. Quality is quintessential with the quill. Let the records reflect Rizzy's breathe, vibing the real. So sit and savor the sound, the team is taking the town. Upper ups gonna understand I'm very vocal with my vowels. Wow, still dipping when the X are paid. I've been Yoda to these yuppies since yesteryear. Ženu žačo žinjovani, tako separate my boss, nema follow money, I'm gone.
Fakazi.
Hey!
Karizi.
Huh? ABCs. Nada. From A to Z. Wow. Just a little something for the people.
That was
there.
nice.
Exclusive. No one's heard that yet.
Like no one. This
Wow.
is literally the first worldwide platform before even iTunes has it. So that's quite a big exclusive.
Like we
For the people.
always get exclusive
For the people.
People announce certain things through
This is your biggest exclusive so far. I'm telling you.
Nicholas we are drop.
You're gonna come back. You're gonna come back.
Drops,
You're gonna come back. You're gonna come back. You're gonna come back with the numbers for this podcast, and you'll see.
Let's not make reckless statements.
I know you're big. I know you're big.
Engage about podcast.
I know, dog. I know you're big.
You also listen to Sadza in the morning.
Yeah.
I love you too.
But you just got bigger. That's all I'm saying. You just got a bit bigger.
I'm editing all of this. All of
Just got a
it.
little bit bigger.
All of it. Yo.
It is what it is. The people in Kenya are gonna hear that as well.
Yeah. Thank you so much for checking us out, coming through.
Coming through to the
and
stoop.
hanging out with us. And,
Yo, thank you so much,
dropping
guys.
some wisdom. Going through the culture.
The time
For the
has flown,
people.
man. It feels like, it's like 2 minutes ago I was walking
Yeah.
through that door.
Yeah.
So much fun. So much fun. So
Is there anything that you want to say to the people out there?
any shout outs?
To the people.
No, like
Except don't tell them about your own. Just something
Yeah,
from
yeah.
you.
No, I definitely want to be someone who came from the internet, like someone who came up on the internet, who came up on social media, a platform that a lot of our notoriety as a collective has come from, like Twitter. Like I definitely want to shout out everybody who supported me, everybody who's hated, everybody who's given me negative feedback, everybody who's trolled me, whatever, everyone. So, no, definitely. I'm one of the very easy to dislike people.
But
I know that I have a history.
But that's the thing.
Man, don't just be saying it like you just gotta talk it from nowhere, bro.
I've always wondered, was it because of the music or was it because people thought you were an asshole?
No, I think that like I'm from like hip hop is the kind of sport where you can't be humble, right? And I've never been humble.
Yeah.
I've never been that guy who was like I wasn't that guy who played the whole politics of following back people and this, that, and the other. I always felt like I was somebody.
I remember. I don't know which year. I think it was 2012 when you said for your birthday you would love 2,000 followers. Do you remember that too?
Yeah.
Why are you bringing that shit up?
I remember it because
that's the days when
like
you
at the
were-
time followers were kind of like a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like like
And I don't think like it was like 10, 15 people that had 2,000 followers at the time.
No, like when it was the 1,000 Club back in the day when it was like
Yeah.
the 1,000 Club or whatever, and I was like amongst that little crew. But I think that because of that, where we kind of got onto Twitter when we created a hierarchy, like kind of right, with our little circle of people who were influencers or whatever at the time, who went on to do great things, like Lorraine, me, Ten.
What's it went on to do radio and stuff?
Yeah, a lot of us did. A lot of us went on to do music seriously. Some of us went into media behind the scenes or whatever. But then I think that that point where you're becoming something, right? And it's very difficult for a lot of people to deal with the fact that like you set yourself apart. You've been acting a certain way, and then it kind of comes true. Like it's like at first it's like, oh yeah, that SoundCloud rapper, chi, and it's an insult. But then like I kept at it. Did my thing. Like when I came back to Zim, completely started from zero. Like I was a guy who was on BBC Radio in 2008, right? Like I was getting played internationally back then. Came to Zimbabwe to start my career completely afresh and everything. And I think that like, when you're accessible and you're amongst the people, but then you're kind of setting yourself apart. It can some people can take offense to that. It is what it is. I'm pretty sure that you guys. Once your podcast started getting a bit popular, you noticed there was some negativity coming from random places.
Leave us alone.
It's just just been on an upward trend.
Well, that's a great look. But then if you only get love, right? No, but maybe that's just fair. But if you only ever get love in your experience, right? Then like, sometimes I think that it can be a reflection that like people aren't telling you the truth.
No, because it's not if you hate, it's not it's not. They just tell you.
But no, like that, man. Like anyway, back to my point. I just wanted to shout out everybody who supported me over the years, like on Twitter, man. Like Twitter's been a really, really important platform for me as far as like coming up and getting out there, doing the many things that I've done. I think that I need to definitely shout out my social media people for holding me down, being somebody who is never really in one place for too long, never really settled in Zim, never really musically settled in England. So like, my online presence has played a major role in keeping me relevant, and it has everything to do with the people who supported me. Shout out to them, and I love all my online fans.
All right.
Right, talk about that stuff with that extremely long shout out.
You talk about, we have not released our EcoCash number because this last week we didn't get anything. 0772.
We did though, from Devon.
Oh yes, Devon. Yes, shout out Devon. That was gonna be a big mistake. Shout out Devon. Thank you for sending us young something. But the number is.
Blessings, huh?
Unyora passe. Unyora passe. Chris.
It's a star 151.
It's a star 151.
EcoCash.
Yeah, star one.
I'm on One Money. Get a One Money account.
I know.
It's okay. I've got one.
Yeah, I'll zip you.
Okay, so let's read
Alright,
this
cool.
contract. Just me and Nicola.
Alright, no, guys, our EcoCash is 0772 767 197. That is 0772 767 197.
Alright, so we've gotten to the end of the podcast, and we're about to sign out. And Carice.
Yo.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. And
thank you guys for having me, man.
Hey, what is that song?
Makadini muri right there. Niwe unofira maikere. Shabini for the night. Saka ndinozi ice, but you can call me Mr. Sadza. Ukaona hali yangu unofara, nyama yangu unokara.